welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Megan. Thanks for clicking. Today we're just going to be doing a get ready with me video. I decided to do just kind of like a smoky, sultry eye look and a nude lip. Also, I have new hair. Let me know what you think of it. It is super temporary, but I had some old extensions that I was playing with, so I decided to do kind of like a peachy orange into a gray purple ombre. So yeah, I like it a lot. It's definitely gonna wash out super quick on my real hair, which is totally fine because I love being blonde too, so I'll probably just wash out quickly into a pastel peach, which I love. So good hair days in the future, yes. I've just been obsessed with orange lately, so I was just like, let's make my hair orange. I don't know. Anyways, so if you guys want to see how I did this makeup look, just keep watching and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! So first I'm just going to go in with my Tarte Brighter Days moisturizer. This just has a little bit of an illuminating effect to it. So I'm just going to put that all over. I actually got a sample of the Shiseido Smart Filter Primer, and that is what we're going to be using as a primer. I'm just going to grab my brush really quick and just dip in here. It does usually come in a little bottle, but this is a sample, so it's in a little jar. So we're just going to put that all over our face and then rub it in. I have no idea what I'm actually going to be doing for this makeup look. I just figured since I just did my hair, I might as well film a video. We're just going to go ahead and do our complexion first. I'm just going to grab the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Liquid in Moonstone. So this is just like her liquid highlighter. I'm just going to do a pump of that with my foundation. I'm also just going to take a drop of my Cover FX, put that on my beauty blender. This is in N30. Those drops are just a little more yellow than my foundation right now because I am currently using the Kat Von D Light 46 cool tone, and I'm really not a cool tone. I'm more like a neutral to yellow tone, so I just add those Cover FX drops in there just to change it up a little bit. And then that Moonstone liquid highlighter is just gonna make this look a little bit more luminous. You guys, so I started using a different oil from Sunday Riley, and I like hate it. I for sure broke out from it. So I used to use the UFO oil, and I actually liked that one a lot. And then we got the whole Sunday Riley line at the Sephora that I work in. So I was like, I'm about to try that Luna sleeping oil. I tried that and the Good Genes, and the oil, at least I think it was the oil. I don't think it was Good Genes. Because I only used that once, and then the rest of the time I was using the oil. And I really feel like the oil is what was breaking me out. So I stopped using it like 2 days ago, and I'm already getting a little more clear. Okay, so I'm just going to go with my Anastasia Dip Brow in Taupe. Grab a little bit of that guy. And I think I want to do a strong brow. I don't know. I've just been seeing so many brows on Instagram lately, and I'm like, oh, I love that brow. I love that brow. And they're all like really intense. So we'll just see. I also am really liking the flat bottom brow. I know I have a decent arch right now in my brow shape, but whenever I see like a really intense look, I always notice that their brows are very straight across, and then the arch is like over here, and I just haven't been feeling that lately, so we're gonna try it. We'll see. Don't want to change the shape like too much, I guess, but also, you guys, I got my dermal taken out on this side, which, thank God, I was so over that dermal because it like did not allow me to change the shape of my brow. But also, I had to get it taken out because I woke up one morning and the entire top was gone. Like, it wasn't even just like the gem. The entire top, like part of the bar was off. I was like, what the fuck? So like, I was so unsure as to what was happening. I was like, is this going to migrate under my skin? Can it move? Like, I'm not really sure. So I had to go in and get it removed. And the guy that did it, he is like super experienced in dermals and like a ton of other stuff. But he said that my dermal was one of the toughest ones that he's ever had to take out. And I was like, great. Of course that would be my luck. It'd be the toughest to get out. He was like pulling on my face for like a solid 35 minutes trying to get this out. And I'm just like, why me? But that's what I get for putting implants in my fucking skin. Just flicking the product up and not really making lines in the front. Just because I want it to be a soft ombre. I don't know, I still feel like I have like a pretty big arch there. It's not really flat, but it's flat enough, I guess. Okay, so first for eyes, I'm just going to grab the Kylie kit. And I'm going to grab Duke. No, this is Duke. I'm going to grab Sorbet. This one is just kind of like a light peachy color. You guys know that I love any peachy transition tones. So we're just going to start off with that. Alright, and then I'm just going to go in with Raw Sienna from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. Just on that same brush, which is a Morphe M330 brush. We're just going to concentrate that on the outer corner of our crease. Just to darken it up. It's just getting orange really quick. Literally, I put brown on my eye and it's orange, always. So I'm just going to grab this cool tone brown here, and we're just going to start adding that in the contour of our eye a little bit to darken. Yeah, just like that. You can definitely mix warm and cool tones on the eye. I feel like that's something that a lot of people are scared to do, but just do it. Because usually come out with something pretty cool. Sometimes not, but it's a chance you take. Also, I apologize for how shitty my lighting is. It's like literally 9 p.m. here. I do not have a lighting setup whatsoever. I use like an old fucking lamp and then this little like round mirror that I have in front of me that has like a circular light around it. So nothing fancy because I like don't film enough, nor is my channel like big enough where like I feel like I need to invest in a ton of expensive lighting. Do you know what I mean? I feel like if I had more of a scheduled routine for filming, it would be fine. I would definitely spend the money. And honestly, maybe if I had just like another space, I would. But lighting is really bulky and I am filming basically in a closet. Not a closet, but it's like a second bedroom that is teeny that is my closet. I'm just going to grab a little bit of a darker tone, again on that same brush, and we're just going to add that on the outer corner, just to darken it up a little more. I'm just going to bring it down towards the corner. I am going to do a wing, but I also really like doing a really thick, like a bottom shadow line. So to do that, I don't really usually like having a space here, so you kind of have to connect it down if you're going to do a thick shadow line at the bottom, which I will do, but probably after shadow. So I'm going to grab a smaller brush. We're going to grab this little guy and we're going to put a little bit of a darker brown on here, and we're just going to really accentuate that crease because I think I might do a cut crease. We'll just see what happens. We're just going to put that like right above our crease because essentially when you do a cut crease, you're probably going to cut a little above your natural crease. And then we're also just going to take that Morphe M330 again with kind of like that beginning shade that we had, that like orangey shade from the Kylie palette. And we're just going to bring it up a little because I feel like I lost it. I feel like I lost it a little bit. And then we're just going to blend it in with that brown. I would love to say that this is juice, but it's not juice. It's wine. Out of a water glass because I'm not fancy at all. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my Tarte Shape Tape in Fair Neutral, and I'm just going to take the teeniest bit on a flat shader brush, and we're just going to put that on our lid. That was like way too much, so what the heck. We're just going to kind of blend that out. Definitely placing it in the inner corner because we want our inner corner to be light. But then after that, we're just going to kind of blend it back and kind of let it taper out. I'm not going to do like an extreme cut crease just because I didn't want that, I guess, for this look. I don't really know what I'm doing. Just kind of taking you guys along for the ride, okay? And angle your brush, like if you're using a flat shader brush, angle your brush so that the angles benefit you, so that you don't have to work harder. I realized that the other day, not the other day, like I always do that with brushes, but I was helping somebody and we were doing, I think, a color match. And literally, she was like looking into the mirror, and instead of me just like moving her chair so that I could see the other side of her face, I was like bending all the way over and like arching my back and like straining. And like, as a makeup artist, like when you have a guest sit down in a chair, sometimes the chair is not tall enough for you. Sometimes you're bending over. That shouldn't be a thing. You shouldn't be arching over and like hunching your back, because like that's going to cause back problems. And if you have to do that for hours and hours on end, you are not going to last long in your industry. You're going to have for sure problems. So like, just think about that next time you're doing your job, whatever your job may be. Think about how you're treating your body. How much can I pat this out? I am not sure. So next I'm just going to take the Bone from the Metal Matte palette. This is probably my favorite white shade, because it's not stark white, but it is super pretty and super natural for like an ivory shade. We just want to set that wet concealer, because if you go straight on with a color or you try to blend your brown over that, it's just like not gonna blend out. It's gonna stick to it. So you want to make sure that you have like, you could even use like a translucent powder for this part and put that on first so that you set the concealer. But I'm using Bone because I like it. I'm going to grab this color Suede, and we're just gonna throw that in the crease area, and we're just gonna diffuse the line that I just made with that white, just a little. Okay, cool. And next we're gonna take that Suede color again, and we're just gonna add that to the edge of where we did the cut crease. So we are putting it on top of where the concealer is, and we're just blending that back and forth into our dark brown and then into the Bone color. Whenever you do like transitions like this, just make sure that you're using a color scheme that will blend well together, unless you obviously want it to look less natural. But if you're trying to contour, like if you're trying to have one part of your eye stick out more and the other eye curve back, you know, you're not going to want to use like a hot pink and a yellow, because that's not going to make a shadow or like a depth difference. You want to make sure you're using colors that will make that depth difference, if that makes sense. However, the pink and the yellow would be like really cool. It's just not going to have any depth difference. Sometimes I say things on here and I'm just like, I don't know if anyone's going to know what I'm talking about. Also, you guys, I was just thinking about like what lashes I'm going to be using. I have no idea, because I keep buying Huda lashes, which are like $18 a piece, and then I wear them for a video, and then I take them off, throw them over there, and never see them again. Why does that happen? Does that happen to you guys? First of all, I'm going to do that. I need to stop buying $16, $18, $20 lashes. Are you kidding me? I'm not rich enough for that. I'm not rich enough for that. What the heck? I need to start wearing like those Kiss lashes that are like $8 for $5. That's what I'm rich enough for. So I'm just kind of packing that shadow on a little more and blending it out. I'm not going past like the half mark on my lid. I'm using the Suede color on the outer half, blending it into the dark brown, but I'm not moving it over into this half of my eye. Now I'm going to go back in with the dark cool tone brown from the Morphe 350 palette, and we're just going to darken that up again and buff it in. And this does not have to be dramatic here at all, but I think that's enough. Alright guys, so I wasn't sure if I was going to do a wing, but I am going to do a wing. So I'm going to grab my Stila Stay All Day Waterproof Liquid Eyeliner, and we're just going to go ahead and do our wing. Now usually I like to draw both my lines, and that's probably the hardest part about the whole thing, is getting those two lines the same. Also, when I do this, it pulls on my skin, and I get little lines in between where I want my eyeliner. Okay, so that's pretty straight. And then from that angle that I just drew, I'm going to draw straight into my lash line. So just drawing up filling in, and then I'm going to draw from that corner down. And then once you have your wing good, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take the side of my felt tip liner and I'm just going to stamp right on my lash line over to my inner corner. It's the easiest to do a line. Don't try to like draw, because usually that's a little bit harder. So I would just stamp on, and it usually always works. There we go. Now I'm just going to do my other one, but I'm not going to film it. I'm just going to go under with my Shape Tape just to conceal and brighten. This stuff sets so nice, you guys. I literally love this concealer. I'm just going to do a little on my chin, a little on my nose, a little on my forehead. Then I'm just going to take my damp beauty blender and blend that out. Also, my eye just got like insanely red. Casual. So I'm just going to take a little bit of my setting powder from Kat Von D, and we're just going to be placing that under my eye. Again, I don't really think I want to be baking too much. We're just going to put a light layer on. I'm just going to take that small brush that we just used on our crease on the bottom of my lash line here, and we're just going to darken up the lash line. I'm just kind of running that through. And then I'm actually going to be taking a little bit of the raw sienna and popping that under as well. We're just going to start that kind of on the inner corner though. We're not going to go like all the way out. We're just going to start in the middle. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is just grab a nude eyeliner pencil, and we're just going to be putting that in our inner rim, just to open up her eye a little bit. I don't know if you can really see the difference here, but you definitely can in pictures and in real life. But it also makes your eyes water, so. Alright guys, so next I am just going to be contouring. Just going in with Hoola, and we're just going to be bronzing up our cheeks just a little bit. I do love Hoola. I think it's maybe a little warm, but I've also been seeing a lot of people contouring with warm tones lately, and part of me, like, I don't love it. Like, it just looks different. I feel like on pictures sometimes it transfers different. In real life it looks a little weird. But I don't know. I don't know. Now I'm going to be taking my Butter Bronzer that I love. And we're just going to be going over that a little bit because this one does have a little bit more of a sheen to it, I think. Okay, so now that I have like my bronzer on, I'm just going to go in with NARS Talia, and we're just going to add a little bit more depth back here. I usually start like that with everything on my face. That's how I start my eye contours, and that's how I start my face contours. Start with your like larger area and lighter color, and then slowly work into your smaller areas and darker colors. Usually it's easier to blend that way instead of just going in with a dark line and then trying to buff it out, if that makes sense. So I'm just going to go in with a small Real Techniques brush and just blend it. I do have like some texture right now on my cheeks from acne, which is irritating, but whatever. Just kind of blend that into my hairline. Okay, so now I'm just going to grab my Glow Kit from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I'm just going to grab Sunburst and Bubbly and kind of mix those together. The other two are a little bit dark for my skin tone, so I don't go with them. We're just going to toss that on top of my cheekbones towards my hairline, top here, and like I probably am just going to do my nose highlight, even though everyone says not to do that. And I'm just going to grab my Ciate London mascara. I've been loving this one lately. I used it in my last video, and I really liked it. Alright, you guys, so I just popped on these Samantha lashes from Huda Beauty. Sorry I said that like a question, but I just like found these in my drawer because I just throw all my shit in my drawer, all my lashes. But I'm pretty sure they are the Samantha lash from Huda Beauty, and I love Huda Beauty so much. It's my jam. Favorite lashes. Okay, anyway, so now I'm just going to go in for lips. I'm going to go in with the Bite Beauty pencil in 38. I'm just going to line my lips. I love how sharp they are when you first get them, and then after that it goes downhill. And just going in with the Kat Von D Liquid Lip in Bow and Arrow. This is my favorite. So that is it for this look. Alright guys, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!